Hi guys, are you familiar with this expression? So what we have here is the standard form of a quadratic expression. So where A is the coefficient of x squared, B is the coefficient of x, and C is the constant. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to factorize a quadratic expression or a trinomial where A is greater than 1 with these two examples. So we'll start with the basic question and then move on to a more advanced question. Okay, so starting with our first example, we have 9n squared minus 6n minus 8. In this question now, a, the coefficient of n squared, is equal to 9. B is the coefficient of n, which is equal to minus 6. And we have the constant, which is equal to minus 8. So whenever you are factorizing, we have three terms, right? Our goal is to make this term, this expression here, to become four terms. To make them to become four terms, this is what we do. You multiply AC. So in this case now, we are going to have 9 multiplying minus 8 to give us minus 72. So this minus 72, we are going to then find two numbers that are factors of 72, that when these two numbers are multiplied, we'll have minus 72. And when these two numbers are added, we have minus 6. These two numbers that will satisfy this is going to be 12 and 6. Remember that AC is minus 72. So if we multiply 12 by 6, we are going to have 72. But because this middle term is minus 6, we are going to attach the negative sign to the bigger number and the positive sign to the smaller number. So minus 12 times 6 will give us minus 72. Minus 12 plus 6 will give us minus 6. So now the next thing is to split this middle term here to become minus 12n plus 6n. That will give us four terms, right? So this is what I mean. So splitting this middle term, we're going to then have 9n squared minus 12n plus 6n minus 8. We have four terms now. So to factorize, we group them in pairs of 2. So we are going to have 9n squared minus 12n plus 6n minus 8. Okay, now we are going to factor out the highest common factor between these terms inside the bracket. If you look at this expression here, we have 9 and we have 12. 3 can go to both terms, so factor it out. We have n squared and n. N is also common. So the highest common factor in this bracket is 3n. We factor it out to have 3n, bracket open, 3n minus 4. Then plus, here, the highest common factor here is 2. We factor it out. We have 3n minus 4. So we are going to then factor out the common binomial between this expression. So this is going to give us 3n minus 4, which is the common binomial, bracket open, 3n plus 2. And this is our answer. Let's take a look at a second example that is slightly different from the first question. And here's our second example. Like I said earlier, this is quite different. This is slightly different from the first example. And the reason is this. We have 18, x squared, 39x, and 18. So before we proceed to finding AC, we can do something here. We have a common factor amongst these three terms, and that common factor is 3. So before we find AC, let's factor out that highest common factor between these three terms. So we're going to factor out 3. So this will then give us 6x squared minus 13x plus 6, right? So at this stage now, we are just going to ignore these 3. We'll come back to it, but let us factor this trinomial inside this bracket. So since we are ignoring this, the coefficient of x squared is now going to be 6, right? and b is equal to minus 13, and our constant is equal to 6. So let's AC now here is going to be 6 times 6. So AC is equal to 36. So we are then going to find two factors of 36 that we multiply to give us 36, and with when added will give us minus 13. So these two numbers are going to be 9 and 4. Okay, so we have a positive 36, right? And we have a negative 13. So we're going to have minus minus. So that minus 9 times minus 4 will give us 36. And minus 9 plus minus 4 will be minus 9 minus 4 will give us minus 13. So let's now split this minus 13 to become minus 9 and minus 4. So we have it as, remember we are ignoring these 3 for now. So we are going to have 6x squared minus 9x minus 4x plus 6. Let's pair them. So we have bracket open 6x squared minus 9x minus 4x plus 6. We factor out the highest common factor. Over here, the highest common factor is 3x, so we have 3x outside the bracket. This is going to give us 2x minus 3 minus the common factor here is 2, so we have 2x. This minus will affect this minus to give us this minus will affect this plus to give us minus. Then we have 3. As usual, we factor out the common binomial, so we have 2x minus 3, 3x minus 2. So this is not our final answer. Our final answer is going to include this highest common factor we factored out initially. So we are going to have a 3, let's open 2x minus 3, 3x minus 2, and these are answer. If you find this helpful, please do not forget to leave me a comment, like this video, share, and please subscribe to my channel. Bye.